Hey, everybody, welcome. It is Monday. It's our night together, and I'm really excited to be here. And by the way, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. We'll wait for a few people to join us and then we will get started. I hope that you've all had an amazing day. I hope you had an amazing weekend, an amazing start to your year. And if you have never been here with me before, I'm currently live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. So feel free to be in any of those places. And if you hear a squawking bird, it is a cute little pet bird. It is not a spirit, I promise. And so basically, the way that I do these evenings is I will tune into spirit. I'll ask for messages to come through for people from loved ones, spirit guides, angels, basically whoever steps forward. Dropping my clipboard, whoever steps forward and wants to communicate a message. And yeah, that's basically how I work. And if you want to ask questions, if you've got questions about people who have passed on, if you have questions about the future or the past or whatever you like, feel free to throw those into the chat. The only thing that I ask is that you share my live. So it's completely free. All you have to do is share. Then you can ask as many questions as you want. I'll go to whoever it is that I am drawn to, but you must share in order to have your question answered. And if you have, write shared next to your question. And when I get the green light on that, then I will be happy to answer. I also want to start off quickly by saying that this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be doing a meditation and messages night. I promise the bird will not be so close when I do that, so it won't have this crazy loud squawking sound off in the corner. But yeah, so what that event is I will do an inspired, channeled guided meditation. So the guided meditation part is really brought in the moment. It's nothing that's pre-written. It will never be given again the same way, or maybe not the same or anywhere close to it at all. And the intention with that is to bring healing and peace to whoever is a part of the event that night. And after the guided meditation, I'll be doing messages for half an hour to 45 minutes to however long. And the entire event is slated for 1 hour, but it may easily go over that like it usually does. It's $25 Canadian if you're interested. I'm putting the link on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. I don't know how to do that for TikTok, but it is something that if you're interested in, you can check me out on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Canadian Psychic. All right. Let's get going. So I'm tuning into spirit now. I'm asking for messages to come through for people from their loved ones and spirit guides and angels to the highest benefit of those who receive them. May the messages find their home and bring true healing, love, light, and peace. So it is. All right, let's see who's hanging around. So, message number one, I am getting an older female coming in from spirit. I feel the name Jan is associated with this. So, this could be the name Jan, could be somebody on Earth, could be somebody on the other side, but I'm getting the name Jan. I'm seeing also the month of January, and I see the number 7. So, that could be 7, 17th, 27th, but this is important to the spirit. So, I feel like this could be their birth, their death, something of significance to them. I also want to say that at their end of life, I very strongly feel that they had either like a stroke or an aneurysm or something going on in their brain. And I can very much feel that. I also want to say that this older female would have been in elderly years or very much close to elderly years at the youngest. She's also showing me that she lived in a retirement home. She's showing me a retirement home or a nursing home at the end of life. She says for 3 years she lived there. She's bringing my attention to someone named John, someone named Brian. She's also bringing my attention to Windsor. So I feel like this could even be Windsor, Ontario, or the name Windsor is somehow coming into this. I also feel like she's showing me beside her bed in the nursing home, she had this round, like it almost looks like a little plate, but it's so tiny and it's pink and white, and I can see that. And I almost want to say that there could be something royal with this, like maybe it's a commemorative of something with the royal family or something like that. But I can see that it was beside her bed in the nursing home. She wants her loved ones on Earth to know that she's with them. She is talking about um, a woman on earth, she says, who has been really struggling, like a lot, at a physical health level as well as mentally and emotionally. So she's hitting like all of the struggles that you can have. This woman in spirit is saying that you are having them. She wants you to know they are going to get better. She's showing me May of this year as a time where everything changes for you for the way better. Like things that you never thought could possibly happen are going to begin to happen that are really, really, really good and positive for you. Okay. So that was message number one. Message number two, I have a man coming in from spirit. He comes in, he's showing up to me in a wheelchair, which to me doesn't necessarily mean wheelchair. It just means very bad mobility problems, at least at the end of life. I also want to say that I believe that he was a veteran because I can see a military uniform on him. I also want to say that he's bringing me to July is important to him. So this could be, again, be birth, death, or something else of significance. So I am feeling that. I am seeing somebody on TikTok. It looks like the last message number one may have been claimed on TikTok. So thank you very much, Best Mama 1011. So this man that's coming in, I feel like he was a vet. I feel like he had mobility issues. He's showing me the month of July is important to him. He's also saying that when he passed away, it came on very suddenly. And he says that there was a time not so long before his actual moment of passing where everyone thought he was going to pass away. And it had something to do with his lungs and his breathing. I feel like he had very severe pneumonia or something like that. And everyone thought he was going to pass away, but he didn't. He recovered from that. And then when everyone got hopeful about it, that's when he passed away. And I feel like his actual cause of death was still in the chest, but rather than being lungs, I feel like it was his heart. And so he's giving me this feeling very, very strongly that he was very ill. Everyone thought he would pass. He survived it. And then not long later, I think even maybe a few weeks or at the most a few months later, he passed away from a heart attack. So he is bringing this through. He's got a brother with him on the other side. The brother figure is showing up in black and white, which to me means that the person who's meant to have this message did not know his brother personally. And it may be that he passed away before you were born or something like that. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. But I feel like his brother is there with him. I just heard that he's got a small dog with him also in spirit. It feels like it could almost be like a basset hound or something like that. But I feel like there's a small dog with him in spirit. And the message that he's coming forward for, he's talking about a young, his family in general, but he's bringing my attention to a young male in the family that has been struggling with what he's supposed to do with his life. And he just feels like he doesn't, have any goals or ambitions or dreams. And he's kind of beating himself up about that. I see the letter J for this for some reason. So it could be his name or something like that. I am being shown that this is something that is going to get better for him in or before the month of August. And the message that I get from this older gentleman is just to kind of put one foot in front of the other. Don't overthink everything and just know that everything is going to be okay. All right. Everything's going to be okay. That was message number two. In case anyone's wondering what I'm writing, I basically just scribble as I'm doing this for two reasons. One, it keeps me focused on the reading and not on the chat, which is hard because all of you guys are so awesome and I just want to like read what you're saying. But then I get distracted and I float off and then I, forget what I'm what I'm doing, but I lose the connection. And yeah, so that's why I do that. All right, message number three. Let's see who's coming in. I'm getting an elderly female coming in. Elderly female coming in. She's showing me number 26. It is not a date. I can immediately feel like this 26 is not a date. I feel like I'm going to a place, Lowe's, Lowes Street, 26 Lowe's Street. 26 Lowe's Street is coming in from her. So this could be where she lived. It could be where you live. I'm not really sure where to place the address, but 26 Lowe's Street or something like that, something along those lines is for some reason coming in with this elderly female. She's also telling me that at her end of life, she had a lot of nutritional deficiencies or something, or a lot of food problems, like she couldn't absorb nutrients or something like that anymore. She's also showing me that she has her cat in spirit. I feel like her cat was put down shortly after she passed away because nobody could take care of it. And she says there's a woman on earth who feels very bad about that, but she wants you to know it's totally fine. She's happy to have her cat where she is with her in heaven. And she just wants you to know that it's all good. You don't have to feel weird about it. You don't have to feel bad about it. All is well. Okay. All is well. And that was message number three. Message number 4. Let's see what we get for message number 4. I'm getting a young man coming in from spirit. He passed away in a car accident. Actually, I want to correct that it was a truck accident, he's telling me. He passed away in a truck accident. I want to say that at his time of passing, it was around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. He is showing me that. He is showing me a woman that was alerted by the police, or she got the phone call saying this accident had happened. I feel like I have to go 45, maybe 45 minutes or 4.5 hours. I wish he was more clear, away to get to him. And I can feel that when I'm in her shoes. He says that she's been suffering from severe anxiety ever since his passing. He wants you to seek the help that you need. He says that you know that you kind of do need some assistance with this, and he wants you to know that there's no shame in that, that you're supported in that. He says he will be with you every single step of the way as you kind of go through the healing journey and the healing process of the healing this grief. So that was message number 4. I like his energy a lot, by the way. 4. All right, let's do message number 5. Message number 5. Let's see what we get for message number 5. Okay, I have a dog coming in from spirit. So this is somebody's animal that they've lost. I immediately feel that this dog either had an amputated paw or an amputated leg or something like that. I feel like there's this dog has 3 paws, and I feel like this may have even happened like when they were young or something like that. But I can see the 3 paws on the dog. I can also see that when they passed away, they had very severe seizures or epilepsy or something like that. I am being shown that this is something that was a contributing factor of their passing. I don't think that it was their only cause of death, but I feel like it was a really strong contributing factor. I feel like they were actually euthanized, so that's their actual cause of death. I'm very drawn to Christmas time or that sort of mid to end December as important to them. So it could be birth, death, or something else of significance. But I'm very, very, very drawn to that, and I very much feel like their passing for them was peaceful. They're very thankful for the time that you had together on Earth, and they want you to know that they will always be with you. I also feel like they are talking about, and this could be you, a female that is on Earth. I feel like she has been trying to do creative things or get into some kind of creative projects, creative venture, something artistic. And this dog is saying, please do it. Please, like, keep going with it. They're saying, they're acknowledging feeling a little bit blocked with it, but they're saying, don't worry, you're going to overcome these blockages and everything is going to be fine. All right. So that was message number 5. Message number 6. Message number 6. I have El Elme stepping forward. She's an elderly female. She is immediately showing me that she had stomach problems at her end of life. I'm also very drawn to the month of November is important to her. So this could be birth, death, or something else of significance. I can also feel a man named Sam or Samuel trying to come in. So I don't know if he's part of her message or if he's just trying to jump the gun. So I'm going to ask him to step aside, and we'll do Sam as a second message, or well, the 7th message altogether. So as this woman's coming forward, she's giving me this very strong feeling that she was one of those people that had like a firecracker type personality where there wasn't like anything that she couldn't accomplish, that she had this very positive, loving, sometimes a little bit intense energy, but that it always came from a really good place. She's also acknowledging that she could sometimes be a little bit on the intense side personality wise. And she just says that that's just her and everyone loved her anyway. And so she's thankful for that. She is wanting her family and loved ones on earth to know that she's in a good place. She says there is no hidden money. She says there's no treasure, no hidden money. Stop worrying about it. Everything is totally fine. And I promise you, she's not telling me secret locations so I can go and get it. I don't know why people would think a medium would do that. But I am hearing that that is not happening. So don't worry. So that's very, very important. That was message number 6. Message number 7. So I'm asking if Sam will come back, if Sam or Samuel will come back. Sam is coming back. He comes in as a young gentleman. I do not feel like he was like teenager young or 20s or even 30s young. I could place him in his 50s though, and young in that sense, so that kind of middle-aged-ish vibe. I also want to say that he is immediately acknowledging a complete disconnection from the loved one he's coming forward for. I feel like he's a father figure to somebody who's either watching this now or will watch this later. And I also get the feeling that there was complete estrangement. Like you were not close. You didn't really get to know each other very well. I feel like this is due to either like divorce or, difficulty between him and a mother figure. other, but I feel like there was really no earthly connection between the two of you other than you're related to each other. He is also showing me March is important to him, maybe even February as well. So February, March, or February and March, both of these times of the year are very important to him. So this could be birth, death, or something else significant. So I can see that. He's also wanting you to know that your money issues, the financial issues that you've been struggling with, are going to get better. So even though right now everything's kind of up in the air, he's showing me what you're almost thinking you got to pack up your home and get ready to move because you may not be able to stay there. He says, don't worry, no matter what happens, everything is going to work out. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Everything's going to be fine. He says, I wish that I could have gotten to know you better on earth. He says, please know I wasn't who I was made out to be. And he says, that he understands why there was the distance, why there was a separation. He said he thought about you every single day of his life. And he wants you to know that he loves you very much and that he wants to be there for you from spirit. And unfortunately, he feels or felt sad on earth that he was not able to be with you here, but he is really trying to let you know that he's watching over you now. So that was message number 7. That was Sam. All right, I need a sip of water, guys. All right, let's see. Okay, let's move into the chats. So I'm going to go back and forth between Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. The only thing that I ask is if you ask a question, I would love it if you would share my video. So, I mean, this is totally free. All you have to do is share it, write shared beside your question. Once I get the green light on that, then I will go to you or whoever I'm drawn to. Okay, so if you could do that, that would be amazing. All right, let's see where we are going next. All right. All right, I'm going to TikTok. Let me see if I can scroll up. Good. So somebody said, shared, was dad ready to leave? Was dad ready to leave? Yes, I get a big yes. So I'm getting a man stepping forward from spirit, and I don't know if this is your father or not, but I'm getting a man coming forward, and this man is showing me that on Earth, at the end of his life, he had multiple things happening in his body. So it wasn't just in one area of his body or another. He's giving me this feeling like I'm getting a weird vibe in my head. I'm getting like this really, painful feeling in my chest. So that's like brain issues, also heart and or lung problems as well. He is also showing me a personality that was incredibly loving, a little bit of a pain in the ass in the sense that I think he was stubborn, but he was overall an incredibly heart-filled, loving guy. I also smell alcohol. So to me, this is usually representative of somebody who has an addiction, whether it be drugs, alcohol, emotions, whatever. I am getting this as well. So whether this is your father stepping forward or another man around you in spirit, he is the one stepping forward to answer the question for you. I very much feel like at the moment of of this person's passing, they were very much at peace. They were ready to go. They were in a good space. I also want to say that they're acknowledging your empathic ability, your ability to feel and sense the emotions of other people, and they're wanting you to learn how to manage that so that you don't feel so overwhelmed, because they're very much making me aware that you constantly are kind of feeling overwhelmed on a very regular basis, and I don't feel like all of the overwhelm is coming just from you. I feel like this is something that is yeah, it's out there, it's around you and you're feeling it. Also, Julie shared anything from oh no, I'm going to the one below it. Shared, will my son and I move soon? Yes, I see that you will move soon. I am very much drawn to the end of March at the very latest. Julie shared anything from my dad. If you can understand your dad having a very fast passing or something that happened very, very quickly, I am getting a man coming forward like that. I cannot take a deep breath, which is usually breathing problems or heart lung problems at the end of life. I also want to become very, very aware of my abdominal area. So there was something upsetting him or an illness also happening in the stomach on some level as well. He is also talking about a woman who's alive that is not you, but is connected to you. So it could be a sister figure or somebody like that that's on earth that you're either physically distant from, emotionally distant from. There's some sort of a distance that is happening or has happened. I want to say that this is something that will be temporary. So this isn't going to be something that is forever. He sends a lot of healing to you, a lot of healing to whoever this woman is, and he wants you to know that he is with you and continues to watch over you. He's showing me purple butterflies, which to me always represent the presence of spirit. Okay, so that was for Julie on Instagram, or not Instagram, on TikTok. Okay, so let's go back into the chat. here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So let's see what we are getting there. Okay. Courtney Gallinger, thank you for sharing. And you said, when do you see me moving? This is happening in or before April. In or before April. You're welcome, Julie. In or before April, it's going to go very well. I see no problems with it. I feel like you will stay there for a year and a half and you'll think about moving again. And I feel like it won't be because anything's wrong. It will just be like an opportunity or something like that comes up, and I see that you will likely take it. So that looks very, very positive to me. Julie Chaput shared, will I have a boy or a girl? I'm very drawn to a masculine energy with this, so I'm getting a boy. Karen Eckford shared, anything from my guides. When I'm asking for a message for you from your spirit guides, immediately they're saying, take a deep breath. They're giving me this feeling that your overwhelm is like up to, like your 25th billionth chakra. They're wanting you to know that this is a temporary period for you of feeling kind of like overwhelmed by everything, feeling that everything's falling apart. They're wanting you to know that this is going to get better in the very near future. In fact, in the next week, I see finally being able to breathe. They're also talking about a shift or change with work or your career path or whatever you're doing full time. They're saying this is going to change. And I'm drawn to like May, and then I'm really drawn to between third and the 5th of May, somewhere in or around that time frame. I see a really positive change that's like career path wise, also really positive change in terms of finances and money and things like that. So things look really, really good for you, and I'm excited for you. All right, let's see where else we are drawn. Um, Jennifer Murray shared. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. Will things get better? The last year has been defeating, and lately I'm losing hope really bad. I'm just struggling. Well, let's take a look at that. This is interesting. So they're bringing you right to your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and those areas of the body. Like the solar plexus is our health and vitality and our strength and our willpower and things like that. And our sacrals, our creative energy and our reproductive energy and all of that, and our root is like our groundedness and our prosperity and abundance and things that manifest for us physically. And when I'm looking at those chakras for you, I get so drawn to this deep red color, and red to me in this sense represents like a feeling of just being disconnected, not just from your path, but yourself, the world, your emotional states, all of that. And there's a real disempowerment with that. However, it does have blue all the way around it. And blue to me in this sense represents healing and rebalancing that's coming in for you. So even though things have been really, really hard, I want you to know that they're already in the process of getting better. You're going to see that by the 1st of April, everything changes for the positive. And if you've been concerned either about health or like physical well being or something like that, please know that it is going to be okay. No matter what happens, I feel like things are going to be okay. So I'm not worried about you. I know that you are, but I feel like everything will work out. All right. And yeah, it's going to be okay. All right. Let's see where we are going next. Casey Jupp on YouTube. Let's see what we have for Casey on YouTube. All right, so Casey, as I'm stepping into your energy field, I want to talk a little bit about the aura colors that I'm seeing around you. The first color that I'm seeing around you is a light purple, which to me represents intuitive ability, psychic ability, and things like that. And I feel like this is something that you are very proficient in, or something that you like will be proficient in, and that's a really positive thing. Now, they're wanting to talk about your physical state of being, your physical health, physical well being. And they're showing me this feeling of being totally drained, like just sapped of energy and feeling like, there's just like a needing a massive recharge. I think probably the whole world is feeling like that at this point, honestly. But I am seeing that this is something that they're wanting to address. They are talking about your day to day life, your day to day routine, and they're saying shifting it up, changing it up, something like that is very, very important. They're saying if you can do that, this will be the starting point of starting to feel way, way, way better. They're saying that in September, there will be a massive change in terms of work and career. They're saying it will be a really positive change. It will be something that you've built yourself. So either your own business, your own opportunities, things like that. And they're saying that this is going to become something really exciting, and that in January and between January and March, you may even have to move to a different city or something like that to really take full advantage of whatever this is that you're going to create. And so it looks really amazing. Your path is good. So anything that's causing you to be drained or just sort of feeling blah right now, please know that it is something that is temporary. All right. So I should have written your name down because now I forgot who that was for. Once I connect, I don't need the name anymore. I'm getting an elderly female coming forward for somebody. This is not connected to anyone I did direct readings for, but I'm getting an elderly female coming in for somebody. And on Earth, I feel like she would was very, very social. She was somebody that was always doing something. I feel like she was constantly busy. She never took a minute for herself. I feel like she volunteered everywhere, and that was kind of her thing. And immediately I see a library. So she had some kind of a connection to library. I don't know that she was a librarian, but some kind of a connection to library. And I feel very yeah, I feel very, very drawn to that. I also want to say that at her time of passing, her passing was so smooth. It was so peaceful. She was here and then in heaven. I feel like she passed in her sleep. I see the day of Sunday when this happened. Doesn't have to be yesterday, but on a Sunday is when this happened. She is showing me the number 26, so it could be 26th of the month at her time for her birth or her death or something else is significant. She's also saying that on she says she left a legacy. There are other people in the family that now volunteer. They do this philanthropic work, and that this is something that she's so proud that she sort of handed down. She's specifically talking about somebody who either works with homeless people or people who are very like without they have like a lot of poverty. She's bringing this through. She is so proud of you, and she will always be with you, always watching over you constantly. She's also showing me that somebody, and it's not you, it's another woman in the family, has a stack of letters that belong to her. I'm not sure why she's mentioning it. She's not giving me the feeling like you need to immediately go and read the letters, but she is bringing through that you have a stack of letters that were hers, and she's so happy that people still have that. So that was a lady coming forward. That would have been message number 8. Whew, all right. All right. Let's see. Amber shared. Thank you, Amber. I'm really struggling with depression. I'm on medications, went to therapy, but I'm just so sad all the time, though I hide it. I see bad visions of myself. Will I get feeling better ever? I'm very sorry to hear that you've been going through that. Let's take a look. Yes. 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 Yes, you will. I do see you getting better. I see this happening this year. So, or at least starting this year. They're saying that this depression started when you were like 8 or 9 years old. So that's a very long time to be feeling this way. But I want you to know that I see that it's going to get better. I feel like new opportunities to help this get better are on their way from the universe. So this isn't something that you're going to have to battle with or suffer from forever. I feel very strongly that this is really going to improve. And this summer is shining at me for all of these changes to begin happening. They're saying immediately that it's not your fault that this hasn't improved. They're saying part of it is that you're very sensitive and the world is completely messed up. They're saying that part of it is neurochemical. They're saying part of it is emotional and mental. But I feel like everything is slowly coming into alignment. They're wanting you to know that the work that you did in therapy, even though it didn't fix everything, it did more than what you realize, and it's helping you to take better care of yourself. So please know that things are going to get better. And I know that depression is horrible. It sucks, and most people don't understand chronic major depression. They don't. And I want you to know that that you aren't alone, even though people may not understand it. And I've experienced it. I obviously everyone's depression is different, but I've experienced it before. It is horrible. It is the most flat feeling ever. It is, yeah, it's terrible. And my heart goes out to you, and I pray for your healing as well. And I really believe it's going to happen for you. So it's going to be okay. Um, all right. Let me pull a couple of cards. I don't know why I'm drawn to my card. I'm drawn to my card decks. If you would like a card, I'm going to pull from the Lantern of the Soul deck. And just let me know that you have shared the live, and you can say, yes, would like a card. You can even put a question next to it. Cassandra on TikTok says, shared, does my son have spiritual abilities. I am being drawn to not just him having spiritual abilities, Cassandra. I feel like you do. I feel like other people in the family do. In fact, there's an elderly female coming forward that I feel could either be a grandmother or a great grandmother. She's showing me a teacup, which could mean tea leaves or divination. And I very much feel that she had some kind of a skill with that, and I believe this runs in your family. And I also feel like when this woman passed away, she was pretty elderly, pretty old. She's not giving me anything more about herself, unfortunately, but that's what I get. All right, Alyssa Griffith shared. I would love a card reading. All right, let's do it. So it's for Alyssa. All right. So your card is grounding, and I'll show it everywhere. Grounding, grounding. And it says, when life or the world around us becomes hectic, we can be overloaded energetically. Take some time to recenter and send any excess energy down to the core of the earth. The bottom of the deck is strength. Okay. The bottom of the deck is strength. And it says, the past has taught you, the present unfolds you, and the future is filled with great potential. Tune into your inner stability through self love and worth at this time. So to me, this is saying that the underlying a part of the underlying cause of the being ungrounded, and the feeling of yeah, feeling ungrounded, feeling scattered, all of that is that there is a questioning of the self. So the strength card is saying, don't question yourself, be confident in your abilities. Everything is going to be okay. All right. Let's see. Emily on TikTok shared, I would love a card reading. All right, let's do a card for Emily. Nope, can't even move away from that. I tried to shuffle it one more time and it wouldn't let me. So it says shadow. Shadow. It says, what has been untouched for a while is coming up to heal. Know that who you are is strong enough to let go of this long buried pain. Take a deep breath now. And the bottom of the deck, funny enough, strength. It says the past has taught you, the future, the present unfolds you, and the future is filled with great potential. Tune into your inner stability through self love and worth at this time. So, this is talking about healing trauma, healing things that have been buried in the past and that are coming up to heal. All right. Sylvia Gardner shared, would love a card reading. All right, let's do one for Sylvia. All right, Sylvia, you have letting go. Letting go. And it says, there's no burden that the universe cannot help you carry. Allow peace to wash over you now. So this is sort of instructional. It's saying that you are carrying a burden, but you can surrender this to the universe just by embracing peace. And then it says, once we wrap up lessons from one life chapter, we go through a period of realizations that help us to prepare for another. Set your gaze forward now. So it's also saying, by showing me this forward card, that things are already in the process of moving forward. Everything is getting better. All right, I'm going to pull a card for the world, for everybody, and we'll see what comes through with that. Funny enough, forward again. I promise there's more than like 4 cards in this deck. And again, once we wrap up lessons from one life chapter, we go through a period of realizations that help us to prepare for another. Set your gaze forward now. The bottom of the deck is embrace. Embrace. And it says, you have everything that you need within you to get through this moment. Go within and call up the strength earned from past lessons now. So as a world, we are moving into obviously a lot of change. And I want to say that this is saying to set our sights forward, to know that we have what we need as a world to move forward. And I also want to say that this is true for every single one of us on earth at this time. We are all wanting to move forward. Everything we need is within us to do so. All right, guys. I'm a very happy but very tired medium, so I'm going to head off. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I am hosting a meditation and messages night. It is a small group of people. It's not going to be a big group like these. This is going to be a small group of people. It runs for about an hour. It's on Zoom. All of the information on it is on my Facebook page. Again, it's $25 Canadian, and I'm really excited about it. I've done a bunch of these, or a few of these now. Great feedback. The guided meditation is channeled in the moment. So it's not something that I pre-write. The intention at that moment is to help the people that are part of the event. And I just bring through, or I'm inspired with a guided meditation to share with all of you. And I just want to say one last thing before I go. Love you a smidge. Thank you for sharing. Will true love finally win. Yes, it will in November of this year, and everything will be good. Much love to every single one of you guys. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, phenomenal week ahead of you. I hope that you truly have your wishes fulfilled, and please know that your loved ones are always with you. And I'll leave you guys with that and talk to you soon. Bye for now.